I figured while waiting on lunch, do this little video, and I may do more of these. Depends of which is worse, which is better, etc. The idea just sort of came to me because I saw these two films recently. One that I watched for the first time, and one that I tried to watch before in the past, and I could not get into it. And watching it again, I was reminded of that, which I'll talk about. So today we're going to talk about which is worse. And the two films I'm going to mention are Rhinestone and Street Fighter. Two pieces of crap, uh, right off the bat. I guess we'll start with Rhinestone. Rhinestone, it's a bad movie. It's not Stallone's worst. I would say Spy Kids 3 is Stallone's worst, but this is still a bad movie. I mean, Stallone, you can't sing. Leave that to Frank. You can't sing, let alone country music. And, I don't like country music. So, watching this, it made me cringe. Uh, Now, there is a couple of moments in the film that, made me chuckle, like the Drinkenstein bit, Stallone singing that. And there are some parts in the film where they try to make Stallone's character more country, um, which, there's a chuckle here and there with that. Dolly Parton is pretty much playing herself. She's not great, but I wouldn't say horrible. She's just there, like, okay. Um, she couldn't save this film. And I knew about the film going in. It's not like I didn't know about the film. I knew about the film. But yeah, it's a bad movie. Directed by Bob Clark, who directed A Christmas Story and some other films. And unfortunately, he passed away. Tragic story with what happened with him. But yeah, Rhinestone, it's pretty bad. Again, Stallone, the song choices, and Stallone can't sing. The whole ending, you got Stallone in this get-up, sort of a glittery cowboy get-up, and it's very awful. And yeah, definitely, it's bad. I mean, I don't know what I can say. And I know these two films, they both get around on IMDb 3.8, 3.9, somewhere around there. So they're kind of right there at the same, rating on IMDb. But again, not Stallone's worst, but it's pretty bad. Now, about Street Fighter, which I'll say this, to me this is worse than Rhinestone. That's just me. I just, watching this again, this is one that I tried to watch before in the past, and I could not get into it. And it happened again. I mean, I was sort of half watching this. Now, I will say that Van Damme has a couple of good lines in the film. There are some parts where I don't mind Van Damme. Raul Julia, I hope I got his name right. He's okay. I know this was sort of his last film, and a reason why he did this film was because his kids, I think, were fans of the game, and he's like, okay, I'll play this part, even at this time, while he was sick and coming off his stroke and stuff. He played the role, and he was able to get through it. So I tip my hat off to him. But it's just Street Fighter is just terrible. I mean, there was parts where I really wasn't watching, and even when I was watching, I'm like, what is going on? Like, what? I can't really. It's convoluted in parts. I don't know how much. I didn't really play a lot of Street Fighter growing up. I was more into like Mortal Kombat. Um, but it's just so bad that I lose track of the film. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. It's like you don't know really what's going on. And the characters I don't really care about. Again, Van Damme, there's some parts. I don't mind Byron Mann in the film. I like him as an actor, but yeah. And this is the collector's edition. I don't know what features are up here, but yeah, it's definitely one of the worst video game films to me. Fucking, this is worse. I mean, I'd rather watch Mortal Kombat Annihilation than this film. As bad as that is, I'd rather watch that. I would say this is worse than Rhinestone. But maybe some of y'all are different. You know, maybe you feel Rhinestone is worse. But I just, for some reason, I could not get into this film as much as I tried. As much as Van Damme, which I know around this time, during the making of this film, he was all coked up and, you know, spending thousands of, you know, dollars on cocaine or whatever. And you need cocaine to get through this film. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on these two. And so, what do you feel? What do you feel is worse? Which is worse? Is it Rhinestone or is it Street Fighter? And again, you know, both of them have the same score on IMDb, around the 3.8, 3.9. So if you know, they're both around that same type of, you know, user score, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure about Rotten Tomatoes or anything like that, but yeah. So let me know which is worse. These two films. And that's pretty much it for now. Hope you enjoyed this little video. And again, I may do more of these, sort of short installments. But anyways, thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you later.